In this video, we are going to solve some problems with literal equations. In this problem, we are given information here. We are going to use this information to solve the problem. Now, the formula for the circumference of a circle is C equals 2 pi r. R being the radius of the circle. Now in question part A, we are going to solve the formula for R, meaning we are going to do some operations and at the end we are going to write R equals something. Alright? And then in part B, find the radius of the yo-yo, meaning we will find the radius of this yo-yo using the information here. We are going to substitute the values in the right hand side and find the radius. Okay, let's solve the problem. Okay, let's try to rewrite this formula for R. Now, all these terms here, 2, pi and R, are multiplied. So these are all times, meaning I'm going to divide the right hand side by 2 pi so that R will be alone. So to keep the balance, I have to divide the left hand side with 2 pi as well. So when I do the cancellation, I have R to be C circumference divided by 2 pi. So this is how I solve this formula for R. This is the answer to part A. Now for part B, I'm going to use the information given here. Now let's see what we have. Now the circumference is given, so C will be 32.7 feet. And there's also another information. It was launched by crane from a height of 189 feet, but we only need in this information, in this formula, the circumference. We have nothing to do with the height, so we don't use this information. Now, if we substitute the circumference here, so it will be R equals 32.7 feet divided by 2 pi. So if you use your calculators here, you are going to find R to be about 5.2. Remember, you're going to use the symbol pi in your calculator. You're not going to use 3.14 or 3.1 or 3. No, we are going to use the symbol, the button pi, to calculate R. So the value of R is approximately 5.2. In this example, we have this cylindrical container, and the volume is given as a formula here. Now, let's read. A soap company wants to use a cylindrical container to hold their new liquid soap. So in part A, we are going to solve the formula for H. So we are going to write H equals something. And in part B, we are going to substitute the given values into the formula, new formula that we have found. So let's start solving part A. So it will be, let's write the formula first. V equals pi R square H. Pi times R square times H. Now, since all of the terms are in multiplication, to leave H alone, we are going to divide both sides by pi R squared. So that pi is simplify, R squared simplify. I have H alone equals V, the volume, over pi times R squared. So this is my new formula for H. I solved this formula for H. Now in part B, I'm going to substitute the values. Let's read the question. What is the height of a container if the volume is 56.52 cubic inches and the radius is 1.5 inches? Alright, so we have V, the volume, to be 56.52 cubic inches and the radius R to be 1.5 inches. Now again, remember, you're going to use pi button in your calculator, not any constant value. So let's do the calculation. First, let's write the substitution. H will be 56.52 divided by pi times, now you see here it is R squared, so I have to write 1.5 squared. If you do the calculation, you will find, so H will approximately be 8 inches. So as you see in the problems, in part A, we generally write the given formula in terms of one of the variables. We solve for one of the variables. And in part B, we substitute the values to calculate that variable. So this is the structure of the problems in this chapter. Now is your turn. There are two problems for you to solve. Please solve these problems and type your answers in the answer sheet. Remember, in part A, you are going to solve the formula for the given variable, and in part B, you are going to substitute the values and find the value of the variable.